The doors to Norman's plan may have been blown completely open with the reveal of Musica and her importance to the human race in this chapter of Promised Neverland. And when Norman heard that name, or more importantly, when he heard about a demon out there that doesn't have to consume humans and don't devolve, it got him a little bit rattled. It got him a little bit uneasy. And it's hard to tell if he was conflicted or if he was upset about hearing about this news, because we've seen this Norman before. We've seen Norman when he's holding his head. We only see that one eye. Last time we saw that out of Norman, he contemplated shanking Sister Crone. He thought about killing Mama. We see this Norman when he's rattled. We see this Norman when he's frustrated. And it's a little bit hard to gauge where he is. I guess we're going to have to wait till next chapter to find out how he feels about all this. But again, essentially knowing that there is some demons out there that doesn't devolve and some demons out there that don't need to eat humans, it brings upon a compelling argument to the case that there could be a path to peace, which completely contradicts what Norman wants to do. Him and his clan want to wipe out these demons completely. In fact, his plan is to have the demons take out all of the other demons and they just wipe up the scraps of the ones that aren't evolved after that's all done. But this puts a really big monkey wrench into that plan. It's pretty interesting. It's a barrier that we knew we were going to get to once, you know, Emma said that she wanted to talk to Norman about her side of this. But to see that Musica is so important, there's something with her blood that's going to cause this. It's just Promised Neverland being Promised Neverland and always giving us more and more and more that we have to unpack and unravel before we find the truth. So apparently Musica is a demon of legend, and how that's actually true or what that consists of course, we're going to have to find out later. But it's something within her blood. They call her the cursed demon. Why she was caged, why she's important, that's going to be a thing that we have to unpack. I mean, of course, this probably was eons ago. And something that we've always noticed about Musica is that she shares a little bit more of a human characteristic than a demon. I mean, she seems more human than demon in appearance and everything like that. So, you know, you can't rule out that, you know, maybe a demon and a human got together and made this thing. I mean, perhaps it was an experimentation to probably find some type of other way, but being called cursed and having her caged is definitely not a positive thing. Somebody wanted her gone for a reason. And more importantly, why did Norman think she was dead? It's apparently some type of story that even if she was cast out, she was exiled, or maybe she was thought to be killed and somebody helped her escape. That's going to be the fun to unravel, and it's very important because just her existence can change the entire scope of the hierarchy that we have with the demons. And shout out to Ray once again. Ray getting his props from Norman. Once, you know, Norman got back, you know, Emma said, you know, this is what's going down. There's a pack of demons out there that doesn't have to, you know, eat human blood. And Ray was like, so you're trying to do an insurrection. You're basically trying to have these demons wipe each other out. Once Norman revealed what his meeting was about with the demons. So Ray getting his props for always being on top of things, while Emma was a little bit confused by it all. So that was pretty cool as well. But Norman started to break down the demons and how they work, and we kind of got a feel for how this is, but it was finally broke down to us in this chapter that, of course, there's the king that's the top of all, but there's also the royal family, you know, the regents, you know, people like Bayon and Lewis and etc. Under them are the normal civilians, and then under the normal civilians is like the lower class demons, or the ones we saw in the forest. The regular civilians are the ones that we saw in the city. And the nobles decided to team up with the Ratari clan, and that's how the promise was made. That's how the farms was made. That's how people are sustained. But there was also some people who just don't feel that this is right, because, you know, the nobles are always going to get the best of the best, while, you know, civilians probably get the mid-grade food. They like, hey, we want the good goods too. So why don't we get to have that? Or maybe they just feel that this isn't right. Either way, there is room for civil unrest, and that's what Norman is banking on. Norman is banking on using the people who are upset with the system and use that to fight back, because if you overthrow the king, you can take the king. So he's going to use the civilian side of things. Those are the armies that he's trying to break into, to use those in order to topple over the democracy or the system that they have in this demon world. And we get a little bit more information on the Gillian clan as well. You know, they were actually nobles. They had a seat in the Five, and they were accused of some type of crime that was fabricated. They were casted out, sent off 700 years ago. And they are where they are. And it's interesting that the only way that they haven't completely devolved yet is because they've been living off of scraps that they got from the plantations and from the world and things all around. In other words, they would probably be completely down to the lesser form, but they've been living off what they've been living off of. And, you know, Norman and Ray, they're always on the same page of things too. You know, Norman straight up said, I wouldn't doubt that they would try to take us out too. So we need to prepare for that. But first, let's cause this civil unrest. Let's cause this civil war between the demons. And even that's when Emma started to see this too and make them eat each other and take each other out. And then we're just going to swoop in and we're going to take what's left once they're devolved at a lesser form, which they're easier to take out because we've seen what Zazzy and the others can do. So I'm pretty sure once the demons are at the devolved state, and even our kids here at Goldie Pond was able to take out a Noble and Bayon. So they definitely had the odds on their side. It's just going to be a matter of having the demons take each other out and getting to that point. So having the three actually sit down and speak with each other and seeing the plan and seeing Norman talk more like Norman gives me a little bit more confidence that it's still the Norman that we know and love. I think he's just completely all in on his plan now. But the more interesting dynamic in this is that boy is going to be emotional because it's still going to cause a clash. I mean, again, it looked to me like Norman was completely surprised that, you know, Musica still exists, because you can't wipe out all the demons if there's demons that actually don't need to eat humans, but that makes things bad as well. That could also be why Norman was looking the way he was looking, because remember Sungju. Sungju is just like Musica. He's a demon that doesn't evolve. He doesn't need to eat humans, but he wants to see the promise back. I mean, broken. He wants to see the war back. They still might want to eat humans. So if you got some demons out there that don't need to devolve, they don't need to eat humans, but they still want to, that can still be trouble because they will still be at full strength. And we got a big pack, a team of Sungju and Lewis's to deal with. That's not going to be good at all. This all throws a plan into the ultimate strategist, which is Norman's plan in the Promised Neverland. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets around there, how he gets out, how he feels about it, and how Emma's going to feel about it. Because again, we know Ray is with the shits. Ray is all for wiping out the demons, but you know, we have this dynamic now that, poor Musica. I mean, we spent a short time with Musica, but she has such a big impact on the series because she's unlike anything that we've ever seen. Remember, she set them on a path for the 7 walls. We need to get back to that because it's been so long ago that I kind of forgot the importance of the 7 walls, guys. I'm sorry. What about that dragon thing we met? I brought this up before. Like, it's a dragon out there and we kind of like never got back to that. So yeah, there's that too. And as I always say, can we get back to Mama and Phil back at Gracefield or wherever they are now? I need to know what's going on with Mama. I really need to. But guys, let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments below. Very big chapter of Promised Neverland. I feel like I've been saying a big chapter of Promised Neverland for 126 chapters now because it always leaves you with something craving, something grasping yet to get to more. And I cannot wait to get into next week and see how this is all going to change. And will this be a search for Musica? I mean, if we can completely go evil Norman, I mean, I know I said I'm going to lay off evil Norman, but you know, maybe evil Norman might want to kill Musica. I mean, I don't know. We just have to see where it goes because definitely some demons want to ride there or she wouldn't have been called cursed and caged up. So I'll see you guys next week. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead to the subscribe button. There's not a shortage of content for you to indulge on his channel. And as I always say, you guys be anywhere on YouTube right now. Joe's listening to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.